Hey guys, welcome to College United Engineering with Bongani Kumere. So today I'm going to give you the do's and don'ts during your trade test day. Let's say you are busy on your trade test. One of the most important thing is that you must try all by means not to be scared. Most of the times when you are scared, you always make mistakes. So always try to make sure that you don't become scared. Yeah, don't let your emotions control you. Must try to relax and stay calm. But yeah, I've got a list of the stuff that I've written to help you to pass your trade test. So number one is that always read your rated voltage. So, on all your contactors and all your timers, make sure that you understand what type of a voltage are you dealing with. Okay, because of if you are dealing with a 220 volts timer, but you are given a three-phase supply which has a neutral, then you know that you're not gonna retain your A2 of your timer with with a life. Okay, this is what I'm saying. If your timer coil is written 220 volts, but your supply was three phase, line one, line two, line three, plus your neutral, then it means that your A2 is going to return with a neutral and not with a live. Okay, so yeah, so always make sure that you understand the rated voltage of your contactors, your overload your overload relay, and also your what you call your breakers, everything. Always understand that your rated voltage. If you get that one right, then you are sure definitely going to avoid many mistakes. Then number two, overload calculations. Always make your overload calculations. Okay, so remember on your trade test when you're doing all your sequences, after drawing you have to they only give you a statement, then you have to draw it. Then after drawing it, you have to write your overload calculations. Make sure, and most of the training centers are strict, and they should be. You will wire the right sequence, it works, and you will also draw the right sequence, but you fail that sequence because of you didn't do the overload calculations. So always make sure you don't just pass because of your circuit turned on did not explode. You pass also because of you drew the right drawing, and you also made sure that you do your overload calculations. Okay, so number three is always F your equipment. Make sure. So you've got your supply L1, L2, L3, you've got your neutral. They will also give you a F. They'll make sure to supply you with the F. So make sure that you F your connections. So this is your three-phase motor. This is your three-phase motor L1, L2, L3, and you say three-phase motor. Make sure that here you put your F. You F it. If you don't F your motor, you failed that task. It's not about it worked, but it's about that you followed the right procedures. Okay, then we come to select the appropriate material or equipment. You don't just take anything. Take what is appropriate. Take what is supplied to you. When you're busy doing a trade test, they'll make sure to give you all the equipments. Don't just go somewhere take the equipment that you are not supplied. So always make sure that you take your appropriate equipment. So complete task in time. Most of the time you have given 2 hours to complete a certain task. Maybe they say they give you sequence one, and then they say you are supposed to complete in 2 hours. That is the allocated time for you. If by 2 hours you are not done with your sequence, you are not done connecting, and you are still doing your sequence, and it's now 2 hours and 30 minutes, it's a fail. Okay, it's a fail. That's how it's supposed to be. So make sure that you practice your circuits every day so that you can be able to connect fast. Be done in 2 hours. Most of the time, if you practice strongly, I'm telling you, a 2 hour 30 second, you can complete it in an hour if you practice and understand your stuff. Okay. So we say avoid unsafe practice. Okay. Make sure not to don't do what we call izinyoka. You must do a right thing. Always make sure that you follow right practices that are safe, not unsafe stuff. So remember that your treatise is incomplete. Is it's uh when you're doing your trade test, what I'm trying to say is that when you're doing your trade test, you don't just do it, but it's in compliance with the your sense, your South African national standards. Okay, so you don't just do any how that you want. So if you are supposed to use a 1.5 millimeter cable, that's what you use. So that's a safe. So imagine you are using a 0.5 millimeter cable and you are supposed to use a 2.5 millimeter cable. You see the problem there. So always make sure that you are safe. Don't do unsafe practices. So now we say start delta motor must not be connected physically. So just because of you are dealing with a start delta motor, and then you want to physically connect it insta and delta, that's not allowed. We know that. Okay, let me just show you. Yeah, we know that if this is your motor, we know that this is delta, right? And we know that this is star when you connect it like that. So if just because of the motor is star delta, doesn't mean that you have to come and do this. You don't have to come and physically do this. Once you do that, hey, it's a problem. And then we say all termination must be tight. So make sure that you avoid loose connection. Loose connection is something that will make your sequence not work. Imagine you've connected it right, but when the assessor comes and press, your sequence is not working. Why? Because of you did not connect your connection very tight. So make sure that they're tight. And then one thing that I forgot to write here is that when it comes to selecting motors, they don't give you a specific motto. Like for instance, let's say you are given a task to do sequence one, and sequence one, it's we all know that it's three-phase induction motor. Okay, so let's say, for instance, now you are done connecting your stuff. Now you have to connect your motor. They won't give you the motor for that sequence. What they do is that they put motors. They're going to put many motors. Slip ring will be there. A lot of motors will be there. So what your responsibility is to choose or take the right motor for that type of sequence. So if you take a slip ring on a sequence status, then you're in trouble. So always make sure that you know your motto. You know that when you are doing start delta, what type of motto you must use. Know that when you are doing slip ring, what type of motto you must use, or sequences, what type of motto. Uh, Auto transformer, what type of motor you're gonna need. So make sure that you know that, and immediately if you know that, then you won't struggle. So let's meet on the next video, and I hope you pass your trade test, and make sure not to be scared. People who are scared or who are afraid, they normally make a lot of mistakes. So avoid that. Stay calm because of you have studied. Okay, let's meet on the next video. Sharp sharp.